Hi, welcome, guys, to another episode of Say Less. I am your host, Leslie Ann, and this is a fitness podcast that I created because I wanted to create like a platform for regular, schmegular, degular, everyday people to talk about fitness and health and their fitness journey. Because a lot of times they don't have or we don't have a voice. I am a content creator and fitness influencer. However, not everybody can relate to my journey, but I just figured if I created a platform for the regular, everyday mother, father, uncle, brother, grandfather, grandmother, they can come on and share their journey. So that way, the average person can relate to them as opposed to a fitness influencer who does burpees and then turns around, does a squat, flips and does two back flips and does a deadlift off the Empire State Building, right? I mean, that's people can't relate to that, but people can relate to everyday people. So, with that in mind, my guest that I have tonight, I'm very excited, and he knows this because he is my first male guest. Like I had all women, but now it's time for a male to come in and share his story and his journey, and how he eats and all that good stuff. So we can have some more men come on because they can relate to another man as always opposed to having women. Not to say that you can't learn from women, but you know how y'all men are, your little egos get in the way. So anyway, my guest is Kenneth Lee. Now we have never met, never talked. And I think the reason why I got him to come on the show was we had a conversation in his DMs. I don't even know how it goes. I remember him saying, we were talking about a pre-workout. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ken, when I bring you up. But he said something. We were talking about some tricks to a pre-workout. That's how I remember the conversation. But at the end of the conversation, this is in DM or whatever, he said, well, say less. And I said, well, what the fudge? I got a podcast called Say Less. So I asked him would he come on and talk about his fitness journey. So he is going to come on and share. He is, from what I've seen on social media, like I said, I've never met, never talked to him. Seems like a really good dude, very chill. Just seems like a good. And what I love most about when I found him on Instagram, by way of a television show that I used to watch, I just knew that I had to get him on because, I mean, other people see him on television as a TV personality. I just zeroed in on this dude is in shape in fitness. And that's what I love because I just feel like people just like him, just like me, just like anybody else, we all have a journey, a fitness journey and a story to tell. And so that's why I want to bring him on. And I'm just so honored because he's busy and he took time out of his schedule to be here with me tonight. And I am forever grateful. You have no idea. I'm forever grateful. So without further ado, I'm getting ready to bring Kenneth to the stage, invite him on. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Oh, no, wait a minute. I get confused with this. There he is. Hi, Ken.
Hey, how you
Oh,
doing?
my God. It's you.
It's really me.
It's you. It's you. Thanks for, like I said before, you said it's an honor. It is an honor for me because, like I said, I'm a small new blogger, just getting into the YouTube thing. And you said yes. So it meant the absolute world to me. So thank you for your time. So what's up? What's going on? We're going to be real. We're going to be transparent and we just going to have a conversation. That is all. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Ken.
Well, I'm 37 years old. I'll be 38 here November 1st. Um, I'm originally from Dayton, Ohio, but I've spent the majority of my life in Alabama. Um, I'm the oldest of four, so I'm the big brother. I've been the provider, the protector, in the long time. So
Mm-hmm.
um, it's just um, I'm a cool dude, like you said. Um, I love my kids. It's like one of the biggest things that drives me, especially with fitness. Um, Sometimes I need that break, and the gym is where I go to.
For sure. So what do you do as your 9 to 5 way of living? What do you do?
I served 8 years in the army. After I left the army, I started a trucking company. So
Hmm.
since 2015, I've been driving trucks. Me and my partner, we buy, sell, trade cars, throw different events. I do a multitude of things, act, model. I try to do a lot of stuff, stay active.
Stay active, stay busy, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Stay busy. Um, Now driving trucks. Now I'm gonna segue into fitness with this, only because I have men and some women who ask me, "Do you train people?" Now, mind you, I'm a truck driver, so I don't have time to always go to the gym. I don't always have time to eat, and so sometimes I'm always clueless, is because what can I do for you if you don't have the time to do what I need for you to do? Share about your journey in fitness as far as driving trucks. How do you fit it in? How do you work out? What do you eat? Give us a day in the life of Ken.
So, one thing I don't shy away from is my diet. My diet has always been a struggle for me.
Hmm.
I love to eat. I really, really love to eat.
You
And
can't tell, but whatever.
being a truck, being a truck driver makes it hard to eat the healthier things.
Hmm.
The truck stops are full of greasy, fried foods. So,
Hmm.
when I was driving a lot, I would try to keep like tuna packets, a lot of water, just like fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. I might start off the day doing right, but by the end of the night, I'm tired, um,
Hmm.
and I need me a nice big steak and stuff like that. But it's definitely rough, like trying to maintain that diet. Now, as far as the physical part of it,
Hmm.
it when I first started, I did relocation. So I was relocating people East Coast to West Coast back and forth. So it's
Okay.
a workout in itself, lifting couches,
Right, right.
and then I transitioned into flatbed, which is
Hmm.
again throwing straps, chains, and stuff like that. So I used a lot of that. I would turn my watch on, and then while I'm loading my truck and stuff, try to see how many calories I can burn and stuff like that. But and of course, Planet Fitness is everywhere.
Yeah.
I had a Planet Fitness membership, and you could literally be in the middle of nowhere and find a Planet Fitness. So, um, for me, I always made time to work out. I have to. It's my therapy. It's everything. So it can be hard. I know the truck driver image is not. When I walk in the truck stops, they're like, "You're a truck driver."
Right.
Yeah,
You don't look like the average truck
right.
driver.
But it's definitely a struggle sometimes.
Now were you into fitness before you got into the army, or did that come along as, when you got in the army?
Well, I've always been an athlete. I played college basketball. So after my freshman year of college, I came home and I didn't go back to the school that I was, wanting to go back to. So
Hmm.
like a year or so of not being in college, I joined the army. I was about 165. I was very tiny. I was skinny. I was, abs and kind of lean and ripped up, but
Hmm.
tiny. I was really, really tiny. And working side by side with a lot of those, buff military guys, I was like, you know what? I think it's about that time. And I think in Iraq I gained 30 pounds. Um, yeah, so the MREs have like 4,000 calories in them each package. It's like
Those are packaged meals they give to you in the army.
so
Yeah.
I would eat a lot of those. I would drink a whole bunch of protein shakes, and they fed us 3 times a day at the DFAC. So I put on about 30 pounds. I came home from Iraq about a buck 90, buck 95, but it still wasn't enough. I said, man, I got to reach 200. That was my first goal, was to reach 200 pounds.
Okay.
I was like, if I could get to 200 pounds, I'm set for life.
Hmm.
And I'm 245 pounds and been as big as 265. So that's how that went.
So when did the additional, you got the 200, when did the additional 45 pounds come on?
I ended up, so I have a buddy. It's one of my battle buddies I was in the army with. Me and him did the reverse. He had like 30% body fat, and then I was like really skinny. We flip flop weights. He got down to
Hmm.
my weight, and I got up to his weight. And it was just one of those things where every 10 pounds, I was like, oh, I want 10 more. Every 10 pounds.
Really?
I'm 6'2", so
Okay.
for my height, 200 pounds still was kind of
It
slim.
still was kind of slim. Yeah.
215, I wanted to be big.
Hmm.
And so I think once I got around 225, 230, I was like, okay.
Yay.
I can maybe rock with this. And then I'll never forget. I was in Afghanistan, 2012, and this bodybuilder from Chicago
Hmm.
came up to me and he was like, "Hey man, you have a really nice physique, man. You ever thought about bodybuilding?" And at this time, I had no clue. I was just lifting weights just to.
Hmm.
And I think 2 or 3 months after that, I ended up going home and like started bodybuilding. And I think like my first bodybuilding competition, I did it in 2017.
Okay. How'd you place?
I won my class and
Okay.
second overall. So
Okay. That's how it was when I first started bodybuilding. I was introduced to it in my first show. I won first in my class, came second in the overalls because things about bodybuilding I didn't know. I know you know about the pose down that do at the
yeah,
end. I don't know if
yeah,
you remember that.
yeah,
My posing coach never told me about it. She told me after a while. It was I forgot to tell you about that. So when they're doing the pose down on stage, I'm just standing there like, why is this girl flexing on stage? Like,
right,
what am I
right,
supposed to? I'm looking on like, am I? Then she started jumping in front of me to show
right,
her shape. And
right,
I'm like,
right,
and so I was hearing somebody from the crowd like, pose. I'm like, well, okay, I'll start posing.
right.
But it was that world, funny and good world at the same time. I learned a lot from bodybuilding. So what would
Definitely.
you say would want to be traveling and dieting? Now at this point, you're not bodybuilding. What was the hardest part about dieting? Because I know now dieting is hard for everybody in fitness, period. So by you being a truck driver and being as lean as you are, what was the hardest part about dieting, driving trucks, even now?
So when you're driving, you constantly snacking. It's like a
Hmm.
constant snack. If I'm driving 11 hours a day, I have to do something to pass time because the driving can get really boring. So you
Hmm.
snack. And I tend to snack on Debbie cakes, Oreos, cookies. Um, but I credit my genetics. I think my genetics are pretty good still.
Hmm.
Even at 37, I think I still have like a crazy metabolism. Um, and like I said, I do like in the midst of me not driving, I kind of like jump rope a lot, and
Hmm.
'cause I always I want to keep my abs. I want my abs to always show.
You get
But
up every morning and do that ab check.
gotta keep the abs. But the diet, even now, it's really hard. I was attempting to get ready for a show, and I just it was like, you know what?
Yeah, you were telling me that. So no show.
Now it's one I have to grow, so I slimmed down to a nice 230. I think I got down to 238 or somewhere like
Hmm.
that. And there's just areas that I still need to grow in order to
Hmm.
be competitive in my class. Um, and for the most part, it was a diet. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
Yeah, diet is like I love to eat, and I live in an area where everywhere you look, it's a nice food place. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's hard. It's really hard.
Hard. Now, what's a day in the life of your diet? Because I'm gonna get to the training program. You wake up and have how many meals? What do you eat? How big are your portions? Like, what is a day in the life of a diet?
So I eat a lot of cereal. I love cereal.
Cereal?
Yeah, I love cereal. And my coach would give me cereal pre-post workout. And so it was great because I love cereal. Cinnamon toast crunch, frosted flakes, fruity pebbles. I can eat that all day long. Um,
And with milk, right?
I use Fairlife. Yeah, I
Okay.
Fairlife with lactose. I'm getting up there with it. I can't drink the regular.
Right, right.
Um, my portions are almost always almost huge. Like I can make
Hmm.
down a couple thousand calories in a sitting, and I have this problem to where I eat till it's gone. I don't eat when I don't stop when I'm full. I don't know if that's a childhood thing. We were always
You
told
say you eat until it's gone.
until it's gone. We were told don't leave anything on the plate.
And, right, right.
I still live by the code as an adult, and so I can do like 5, 6, 7,000 calories in a day. Like
Whoa, what size steak you eating? 10, 12 ounce,
I
15 ounce?
20. I got to get the ribeye, the 20 ounce. I just had a 20 ounce.
Oh my
Not,
gosh.
I
three
always
three
finish.
meals for me.
Yeah, I always finish my food. Every
That's a
time I go
lot.
somewhere, they look at me crazy, like, dude, you're not about to eat all that. And I
Oh,
literally,
when you go out to eat, that's what you order, just lots and lots of food
yeah, I always
for
got
you only.
yeah.
Now, what is your training regimen like? Are you on a 5 day split? Do you do 6 days in a row, 4 day split? How does your training regimen go with bodybuilding?
I typically most weeks train every day.
You
Um,
train every day?
yeah, but like so, I will lift 5 days, and like
Mm-hmm.
2 days I do like um sauna therapy, like where I go in the sauna in the steam room and I try to sweat and drink a lot of water and try to recover that way. But it's probably not many. It's not often that I don't go to the gym. I'm probably in the gym every day,
Every day must
and
be
like
nice.
2 to 3 times a day sometimes, most days.
You don't go to the gym 2 to 3 times.
So
Not every day, right?
my first session is normally before the kids go to school. We'll get on
Okay.
the go, do a
Now, is this
five.
a full weight training session or are you doing like a cardio? You know what I mean?
It's a mixture: cardio, push-ups, pull-ups, body weight stuff mostly.
Okay.
And take the kids to school. Come around noon. That's when I go do my full. I do full body every day too.
Okay.
I switch it back and forth. One
Now,
day
why full body every day?
I'll do like if it's an upper day, I'll do all my upper exercises and then I hit 2 exercises on the lower. If it's a lower day, I do all my lower exercises and I hit 2 upper bodies like
Oh, okay.
shoulders and stuff that like I need to pop for bodybuilding.
Okay. Why? I've never heard of that. Never heard of full body with upper or lower body accessories. So if you're doing lower body, you'll throw in two upper body as accessories.
At the end, yes, yes,
That will be considered full body because you're doing both.
right.
I've never heard of that. I may try it or may not.
So I, I I started doing that when I was powerlifting. I noticed you powerlift, and
Mm-hmm.
powerlifting is my favorite. Like
Really?
I will pick powerlifting over anything. I have a seven. Well, competition. I did 711, 673, and four.
Okay. So 7-Eleven is squat.
No, 711. My deadlift is crazy. I got a 750 deadlift, but competition, I did 711. I squatted 673, and my bench was like 411 or 412, something like that.
What?
Yeah, I'm pretty strong. Like
Sounds really strong. Now, why won't you, like you said, now you're saying you want to gain some more weight, right? Why won't you use powerlifting to do that?
so that's what I do. If I'm trying to gain mass and get bigger,
Mm-hmm.
I've transitioned. I'm about to get another gym membership to this powerlifting gym because
Okay.
I really like they have all the equipment, the bars, the squat
Mm-hmm.
racks, and stuff like that. So I'm transitioning back into powerlifting.
Nice, nice. Now, when I was bodybuilding, I would do powerlifting in the off season
Yep.
only because for strength and to build mass. So by the time you start shredding again, that muscle looks a lot
Yep.
different.
Yep.
And then one day I was just like, I am over this whole bodybuilding world. I don't, that's when I was back living, when I was in Arizona. It was a lot of politics involved. So it wasn't about how
Yeah.
you looked. It was about who you knew.
You knew? Yeah, for
It was
sure.
about who you knew. And I was like, I'm done with this. Like I should have been on a pro level the
Right.
way I was winning and the way my physique looked to the next ladies. But it was about, it's a politic thing.
Right.
And I was like, I ain't no win in this game. So I was like, I'm done with it. And so I just started doing powerlifting full time. And I just,
Powerlifting, they actually got to beat you. Yeah, you got
it's,
to outlift me, and then if
yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
outlift me, I win. Like,
Yes, that's how it is. Right. And that's just, there ain't no getting around
it
that. I
ain't
don't
no,
care who
yeah,
you know, because I know a lot of,
right.
you know what I mean, people in powerlifting, but that is just how it is. And that's what I
Right.
love about it. And another thing I love about powerlifting, it is always just you against you. You on
Mhm.
the platform. I know you know you want to beat the next person, but at the same time, it's about you versus you.
I think I've won every powerlifting meet I've also done. Also,
You
so
won?
yeah, like my first powerlifting meet, like I said, deadlift was my thing, and the guy, they became real fond of me just because of my physique. They were like, "Oh man,
Hmm.
you're not a powerlifter. You look like a bodybuilder."
Hmm.
And, I think my first deadlift was 605, and
That
then
was your first attempt?
my first attempt was 605. Second attempt was 650, and then my third attempt was 675. And when I got to my third attempt, like I literally, it was like a speed. And so the dude was like, "Oh, I'm gonna give you one more
One more
shot.
chance to
I
do
want
it?
you to go for 700." So this was my first competition, and I don't think at that point I have had pulled 700
Did you
raw.
pull in the gym before?
Yeah, like I don't think at that point I had. I don't know. I don't think at that point because I think I only did like a really short
Hmm.
prep for that meet, and I just walked up to the bar and picked it up, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, like what?" Like
So you knew it was 700 on the bar.
yeah, they told you 700. They like they racked it, and I picked it up, and like of course in the moment and the excitement, and me and my buddy jumping up, and doing our thing. But after I calmed down, I was like, dude, I really just picked up 700 pounds. Like, that's crazy.
700 pound your first meet.
Yeah, first meet.
Must be nice. Yeah, those first meets and to me, first meets, especially when you do extremely well, they get you hooked on the sport.
Yeah, it's hooked.
I was
Yeah.
hooked after my first meet. My first meet, I won best lifter. So I
Oh yeah.
my numbers beat all the women, which is good because I'm a little old lady up in here. You know what I'm saying? So it was really good to compete with 20 and 30-year-olds, and I ended up winning. But from that, it was a high that it gave me, and I was addicted
Can't
after that.
stop. Yeah, it's like
Addicted. It's love, and I love being challenged with strength because a
right.
lot of women, even when guys like you strong for a woman, it's like no, I'm just
No, you're
strong. I'm
strong, right?
just
Yeah.
strong. Not for a woman, I'm just strong. And so I've always wanted to challenge strength. So powerlifting has been and will forever be my sport. I don't think I'll ever go back to bodybuilding. I am over that life. I'm done.
It's just the bodybuilding prep is it's more mental. It's a
Oh
mental.
yeah.
And
Hmm.
for me, like I said, is I can do good on my diet for a little bit, and then it's like nighttime. That nighttime hit, and those cravings start coming, and I'm sitting in the kids' pantry eating all the snacks. So yeah,
Just go to bed just go
it's
to
like
bed
I'm just kind
when those temptations come. I would just go to sleep. Go to
of
sleep, and I would chew a lot of gum. That would be my saving grace.
yeah,
Gum,
I eat
very fruity, like sweet gum. I will
right.
always chew it after my last meal because that'll keep me. And yeah, I do it now. I'm not a big sweet eater, but sometimes I want something sweet after dinner. Watermelon gum, extra watermelon, y'all. And anybody who knows me know that is the gum I chew and I carry packs of it because it keeps me from eating sweets. It keeps me
Right.
from eating sweets. So yeah, so we are not prepping for a show, right?
No, it's over with.
No show.
I'm definitely going back into. So I do plan on January. I'll probably go back into prep because I wanted to compete in the Arnold amateurs. Like
Oh, nice.
it's one of been one of my, I guess, like top goals as far as bodybuilding.
Hmm.
I always like to compete on the bigger stages, because that's where you really learn. Like if you got a good physique and you don't,
Yeah. Have you ever done powerlifting? Do they do power? They do powerlifting at the Arnold, right?
at the Arnold they do. So that's the thing. I want to do both. I want to do the powerlifting side of it and then step on
Turn
stage.
around and do.
Because I'm weird. I have to make weight for powerlifting. Like my
Yes.
weight class is usually I try to do the 242 class.
Okay.
I'm naturally like 255, 260 most times. And the 275 class is just, it's like I'd rather do the 242 class and then swell back up to 255, then try to compete with the
So is
275.
that you prefer that class? Is that a comfortable weight for you, powerlifting?
In that
Or it's because you
240,
don't want to jump up to the next weight
yeah, that
class,
next
right?
weight class is crazy. I think the pro total for it is like 100 more pounds, um, which
Really?
which I literally got close to it. The last meet, I shattered my elbow. So my squat, and my deadlift were there. I just couldn't get I was like 35 pounds off of the bench.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And it's just because my elbow, I shattered my elbow, didn't go to the doctor, let it heal on its own. And it was jacked up. I still hit like four something though.
Still great. Still like great.
Well, my bench that is I fight with it all the time. And I tore my shoulder 2 years ago. So um it's been kind of like a battle trying to, get back up to in them fours. And so
Hmm.
I feel like a little bit of anything, I back off,
So have you had any surgery?
Yeah,
Have you gotten help with that?
I had to get this shoulder. I had like three pins in this shoulder. It was like,
Really?
but
That's what I'm going through right now. I go see my surgeon again.
I gotta
This
get this one
this
looked at.
shoulder injuries. So did powerlifting? Did you even in bodybuilding any injuries?
I never got injured powerlifting. Bodybuilding was when I literally tore my shoulder bench pressing 315. It was like a regular day. I'm just in there and I'm working my warm ups, and I don't know what happened that day. I pushed and felt something like kind of
Ooh,
that didn't feel right. So when I tried to push it up off my chest, I couldn't.
it won't come.
Yeah, so I had to like roll it off of me, and I have the video. I watch it regularly, but
Now, what's the point of watching it?
it just I actually, when you watch the video, you can kind of see when I pushed and
Mm-hmm.
pop, like I jerked, I like kind of jerked on that side.
Okay.
I tell that's when I tore it. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, my bench has been like my arch nemesis. Like it tries to take me out every time.
And what's your favorite lift? Deadlift or
Deadlift
squats?
for sure.
I
Well,
think that's
deadlift,
air.
but squats are like because I was one of those guys. I won't lie. When I first started lifting, Johnny Bravo, all upper body, all upper body. Like I'm talking about, like
Big as I don't know what.
from the waist up, huge. Waist down, look like an infant kid. Like, and it was
What?
like I think I finally got to this dude made a joke one time, and he said my legs were so skinny, he thought I was going to walk out my shoes. And from that time on, I started legs every day, like every day. I was like, and I literally hit legs every day now, even now, every day.
Oh yeah, you can tell. And I seen your last Instagram post. It was like for the person something about people said my legs are skinny.
Yeah, people, you
I
get
was like,
weird people.
who
Yeah.
walk who actually told you that? Because
Like
that is a lie.
I literally get people sometimes on my posts and they be like, "Oh, you need to work your legs," and I'm like,
How?
"Okay, all right." I just know it's like people always tell me, "Man, you can't have everything," so they got to try to pick at that one thing, and
Yes, yes.
like you just look like a fool because everybody
I
sees
said,
it.
yeah, when you put that post up, I was like, I would love to find out who the person who told you that. Yeah, it was definitely a hater because your legs, no, horse all day long, maybe bigger all day long.
Like I
Now,
train legs every day, literally
you
every day.
train legs every day.
Every
No, that's a lot on your,
especially
that's,
calves, like especially calves. Like I hit like, but I don't do like the hardcore workout every day.
hmm.
Like I get two, maybe three hardcore workouts, and then the rest of the time is like pump work, just pushing
Right.
blood in there and keeping them, swell.
So do you do like heavy days and then so that's probably why you can work out every day because you split up your heavy days with your lighter days. Is that how it goes?
Um,
Or
I
you do lifting heavy, pretty heavy on all your leg days. You know what I mean?
I don't know because I think I lift fairly heavy. Well, I lift heavier than most. Like even in my preps for bodybuilding, like I'm still high repping 275, 300, like, and that's my high rep. I'll pack all the weight on the machines and just crank them out. So I think it's just I don't know, because I don't really know what's heavy for most people. Because
True. Okay, so yeah, I can break that down. So do you have days where you go in on just say you're doing legs and you want to deadlift on that the day or that exercise when you deadlift, are you trying to max out a lift or are you just trying to do some heavy weight with lots of reps? You get what I'm saying?
well,
That's
I
what I
do.
meant by heavy.
Yeah.
Are
So
you doing any PRs?
I always pyramid. I pyramid most of the time. All my workouts I are like 6, 7, 8 sets long because I'll do like my first 2 or 3 sets for the rep range 15, 20.
Hmm.
Then I'll do a couple sets where I'm down in that 10 to 12 rep range, and I just keep pyramiding up and wait until like my last 3 sets is like 6 to 8, and 6, 7, and 8. I'm like struggling to push.
6, 7. So
So
you do like 7 or 8 reps, those last ones. So
yeah,
on squats, what would the weight be? And you're doing 8 reps. What would like your weight be for squats?
probably at my best like 5 ish,
And
4.
you doing it for 7, 8 reps.
Yeah, like so my coach, I credit it to my coach. Like we don't talk anymore, but I had a powerlifting coach that was amazing. He taught me, like when it came to technique, like
Mm-hmm.
he was a technique guru. Like
Good.
and like my squat stance sucked in the beginning, and I tried so hard to perfect my squat. Then in the
Mm-hmm.
midst of me perfecting my squat, my legs just got like crazy strong.
Stronger.
And so like I never forget, I was prepping for. I just can't woke up one day and was like, "Hey, I'm about to do a powerlifting meet."
Mm-hmm.
And I prepped by myself. So I made a video of me squatting. I think I pyramided. I did like 650, and it was the first time I had squatted that much by myself.
And this is in the gym.
And this is in the gym. I was the only person in the gym, and I was like, "Man, I'm the only
Six
person in here.
fifty.
I gotta get it. Like if I don't get it, like I'm gonna die in here." Like, and I went down, and as I started coming up, I'm like, man, is this 650? And and that's the
That's a
competition max
lot.
squat is 670. It was like 676 or 670, something like that.
That's a lot of weight on your back.
It is.
and for multiple reps.
Yeah, it is. But I love being strong. Like I love.
Hmm.
That's why anybody powerlifts, man or woman. Like it's like I get
It
hyped.
does, and yeah, my hat is off to power lifters.
Yeah.
It is hat is off because, and then, like you said, it's mental. It takes a lot. Like I said, 650 pounds. I couldn't even fathom how that feels on your back.
I don't know.
I can't even imagine.
You got some women out here now. It's a couple. So
Yeah, one of the
there's a couple of women that one of them she's from New York, and she squat. I think her last competition she did like six. It was like mid
So
six.
do you know, are you familiar with Tamara Wilcock?
I,
Black lady. She was the strongest female powerlifter. Somebody broke her record. She got injured. Dark skin, kind of heavy set, really, really short hair, blonde.
yes, her. Yeah, she's
Tamara
on.
Wilcock.
Yeah, she's like it's insane. Like
And right, I met. She was here at a meet, and I was one of the handlers and spotters at the meet. And I met her, and I just start crying. She was like, "What's wrong?" I'm like,
right.
"You ain't. I know you're not my god or anything, but the
right.
fact that
Right.
you're like the strong. That then she was the strongest woman in powerlifting, and she was my color, and that's why I was like, "Oh my god!" And
Yeah, I'll
she
probably go
squatted.
crazy
I
if
think
I
she
met her.
deadlift over 600.
It's like watching them. Like it's her and it's like two other. It's like watching them. Like I'll literally watch them for motivation because it's
Hmm.
like when you see a lot of guys doing it, it's like you almost expect a guy that power lifts to be strong.
Yeah, to be able to lift what you lifting.
But when you see a woman that can come in the gym with me and squat with me, like it's
Like y'all going set for set,
yeah,
warm up.
it's
Oh,
crazy.
okay, warm
Like
up, warm up.
yeah, it's crazy. Like and like I said, hats off to him. Like I would prefer training with that person than a
Then
guy because I know that they
I
have to
agree.
work so much harder to make it to that type of weight because that's insane. Yeah,
And a woman will humble you, wouldn't it? Won't they?
no, for sure. We had a lady on our powerlifting team. Her name was Destiny, and she had never powerlifted ever.
Hmm.
Matter of fact, I don't even know if she lifted really much weight, and she squatted 550 at her first meet.
No way. And she
550.
ain't lift. They ain't a lot.
Like she really wasn't. She like we taught her everything. Like she didn't really, it
What
was
did
just
she
like
come into the gym squatting though? She was still squatting over 300 pounds. She have had to be to get
no, that's what I'm saying. Like
500.
her first meet, she came in like set like all types of records, like world records. Like she's like one of the. I think she was ranked top 10 after like
What's
her
her name? I gotta look her up.
Destiny. Her first name is Destiny. She's a super heavyweight. She like heavyweight, super heavyweight, or whatever the case may be. But like when I say she just has the everything works for her. The way her body built, her squat is crazy. Her
Hmm.
deadlift, like her bench was kind of, her. It was her rough spot, but like when I say it was amazing to practice with her and watch her do some of the stuff she was doing, because it's like no matter how much she weighs, like she's a woman.
She's a
A woman coming in the
see.
gym, 500 pounds, 600 pounds. It's
You
insane.
looking over like
Like I got to do better. I have to do better.
she's like, bro, can you spot me? Like what?
Right, like, and I was like, me and her were like buddy. So yeah, it was like she was like, "Can you squat me real quick?" And it's like every time I'm like, "Dude, this is crazy." Like you
Five
about to
hundred
squat a weight
pounds.
that most of these guys can't even like wouldn't even imagine being able to
Hmm. Yeah, powerlifting humbles the people who don't do it,
do for
but
sure.
and the people who do it. But like I said, it's a sport that you have to take your hat off to a lot of these people
Hmm.
because my numbers ain't nowhere near this chick or anybody else's, but it is a mental thing.
Now you
And
pretty
if
strong
you,
though. I've seen some of
I'm
the videos.
cool. I'm cool for a 46-year old. But even then, it is women who compete in in the masters class that are just. I watch them like, how did she just do this?
Right,
Like, I can't fathom. So yeah, you're right. Your hat goes off to people like that because I can, like I said, I admire the people who go for aesthetics bodybuilding because
right.
it takes a lot to drop body fat and get really, really lean. But it's something about strength that
Yeah,
people strength, and it
yeah.
takes eating food to get stronger.
And see, I can do
So
that.
a woman who
Right,
like to eat and she lifting heavy, my
right.
hat is off to her.
Right. And with Destiny, actually, it was crazy because her diet, even with her being a big girl, her like she didn't really eat bad like that. She just was one of those people that like wasn't human for real. Like I used to tell her all the time, like you're not
Superhuman.
human. Like you're squatting. She was like, was that good? Like she will literally squat 500 and be like, was that good? Like what? Like, You got 500 pounds on your back. Like that's heavy up. Like what are you talking about?
Right. You unracked 500 pounds and your spine didn't crush.
Right. And
That
she
says a lot.
looking back like, am I doing it right? Like,
Yes, that says a lot. That says a lot. Heads off. Now, as somebody who's into fitness, do you do any coaching, any personal training?
so I'm starting to get into it. Me and my lady
Hmm.
have, but we're working on opening up a gym, and she's a personal trainer. She actually trains me a lot of time. Um, I am now. In the beginning, I don't really, not really that patient with people when it comes to fitness because I don't like complaining. I don't like, if you want me to train you, come in here, do the work, let's go. You know what
They
I'm
gonna
saying?
complain.
They
Sorry to
gonna
bust your bubble
complain,
there.
and I'm like, I think that frustrates me too much. You know,
Hmm.
and for the longest, I wouldn't train, and most of the time, only women would ask me to train them anyway. And so, and I'm like, I'm hard. Like I don't know how to do
You've
the
been in the army. I'm telling you, I get it from
like,
my clients. They're like, you've been in the army. You act like a drill sergeant. I'm like,
yeah, like so it's like, but now I think it's like I'm like you. Like I get inspired by watching people, the opposite lose, like losing, getting big and getting muscle. For me, it wasn't easy, but it's like somebody that can go from 300 pounds to 225, and because it's the diet. The diet.
mm-hmm.
I commend anybody who can change their diet and
That's
eat
for
all the
real.
right things because it's been the hardest thing I've ever had to try to do. My diet. Like I used to smoke, and I quit smoking just like this.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to food,
Say it,
I
I'm not
can't
cutting that
stop
off
eating
just
food.
like that.
I can't do it. It's just hard.
The food, the food. So no training. So I know. And by the way, he did say he have a lady. So for all y'all who, I did get some DMs about you, and I made it very clear. Follow his page. He got a woman, and I've seen her, and she ripped, and she got hands. So
Yeah,
try him if you want to.
like
Ladies, y'all don't want that smoke. Trust me.
she's one of
Trust
them
me.
chicks that's real. Like she's really strong too. It's crazy. Like
I can tell.
and
I can tell.
it's not even really like strength. It's like her endurance doing it. Like
Hmm.
we'll do the same weight, and I'm tapping out, and she like 15 more, and she's smiling while she's doing it, and I'm
15 more.
like,
Wait a
dude,
minute. You tapping out before her.
I go to the other side of the gym. Like I tell her all the time, like if I need, like if I get to the point and I need like a push, and I
Hmm.
need a day where I come in and I just tell her to put me through one of her little. Like I watch her train her clients every day, and I'm like, I don't know how y'all do it. Like
So I don't.
like I would quit, like easily quit. Like
Yeah, I'm not. I don't. My coaches, all of my coaches. I think I had one in all of my years of training. So we're going on 25 plus years. I've had my very first trainer. I was 17. I've had two trainers, two in person,
right.
because I don't like people telling me what to do.
That
I don't like that. I don't want nobody standing over me telling me what. That's why I've never had an in person trainer. I am a online girl. Like my trainer now, she lives in Georgia. She writes the program and I just follow it because I don't want. I don't like that. So
right.
I totally get it. I think that would be a great duo for y'all, Jim
Sure.
and power couple, who trains other people. Wonderful.
We're trying to do a thing where we train couples. Like for us, we always use it as like a bonding thing, like going
Hmm.
to the gym together. Like I always say, it's hard for couples if somebody works out and the other one doesn't, because it's those insecurities, especially once this person started looking good, and who you going to the gym to see, and all that stuff come up. If you train together, like it's one of those things where most people. I don't think I've met a lot of people that go to the gym looking for somebody. Like we go to the gym to work out.
Right, right, right.
So we're trying to create an atmosphere to where couples are, people are more open to come to the gym with their significant other, even if it's not but once or twice.
Yeah,
Just
that'll be. Now
using it
that's a
as
great
like
arena.
it's like a date for us. It's like going on a date. We going to
Hmm.
the gym, and we come out the gym like happy, super super happy. It's like that's our peace place, kind of.
Gotcha, gotcha. My last relationship, I was with this guy, and he wasn't a workout guru. He kind of like did. He did a lot of calisthenic type stuff, but I didn't want him working out with me. No, like No, I think for one, especially with powerlifting, I was stronger than him in that aspect.
That would definitely create a
And because I
problem.
knew I knew I was. I didn't never say it, but I knew I was. And secondly, I just didn't want it because the training would turn into me training him as
Yeah,
opposed to both of us getting to work out.
just getting it in.
Because
Yeah,
like I said, I'm big on form and technique. So I just can't let nobody work out with me and their technique is jacked up.
right, right,
So I wasn't for the whole couple working out. No, that wasn't my thing.
right.
I never wanted to go to the gym together ever.
Yeah, you got to be on the same. You got both of y'all got to be on the same page when it comes to certain training
Hmm.
because that's why, like I said, we'll train together. But like when she get to going in all that crazy stuff, and I go, I'm out. Like I'm not the one. Like you said, I'm not the ego. Hey, I lose mine. I would tell her with the quickness, like this too much. I'm going over here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Do my own thing. You on your own.
yeah, let me go
But
lift heavy.
that is great bonding. And fit couples work out together, they stay together. I hope they do. But you
Right.
guys seem like, and just from your pictures and seeing you guys on Instagram, you guys seem like you have a really, really great bond. And I'm quite sure the fitness adds to that. Adds
No,
to that
correct.
because fitness
That's
just
where it
makes
all
people
started.
happy. You know what I mean? It's a great feeling once you exercise. So I can't even imagine
We
how
met
the
in the
after
gym.
work is afterwards. Good job.
Yeah,
Good job. Good job. So I'm gonna transition just a little bit. You need something? Sorry, my son's here, so
that's fine.
you could stand by. Need something. Um, how do you? Okay, so with the whole fitness and wellness, being that it's a very very big part of your life, how does that um interfere with eating out with friends? Um, you know what I mean? Your social life. Because I know when I was bodybuilding, it took a toll on my social life because I wasn't eating and drinking like everybody else. I still went. All
Right.
my food would be in my purse. My gallon of water would be on the floor. You know what I mean? Because I was dedicated to the process. How was that with you? Even with your significant other, do you guys clash when it comes to that social life?
I don't. I really don't think I would be with somebody that complained about at any time about me going to the gym. Like
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't work. Me and her literally are always in the gym together. Even if we're
Okay.
not training together, we're 99.9% of the time in the gym together. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and my friends, I really only have like that I hang with regularly like that, like
Mm-hmm.
two of them, and they know. Don't they know when it's my gym time and yeah, leave me alone. They gonna and they they do their own things. One plays basketball and the other one works out himself. So
Mm-hmm.
um, I've never had really an issue with that. Um,
Okay.
especially in my current relationship, like because like we're
Both of
one.
y'all are
Yeah,
gym rats.
yeah. Like we
Y'all
will
do
go.
it. Have you ever dated someone who wasn't
My ex, my kids,
that wasn't in the gym like you?
yeah, my kids' mom, she never worked out, and I didn't care. Like it wasn't a big
Mm-hmm.
deal. Like, um, but like I said, it did create certain, you know, arguments and insecurities about the gym because I always want to be in the gym, and it's not
Yeah.
about going to see somebody. It's like I love working out.
Just right.
I just love the way it makes me feel. So,
Mm-hmm.
and with being in the military and stuff, a lot of people don't understand. Like coming back from, I went to Iraq and Afghanistan. So, and I spent like 2.5, almost 3 years in Afghanistan. So, with the PTSD and the different anxieties and the different things that we come back with, all they want to do is medicate you. They want to give you
Mm-hmm.
different medications and send you to all these people who look at you like you're a whack job. Well, the gym was the medication, the psychiatrist, the everything.
Nice.
Definitely worked for me. It's worked for me. It's worked for my lady. She was in the military. A couple of my friends, like, man, I had a drawer full of medication that I never touched.
Really?
So I just went to the gym.
So
And
do they even suggest that? Like after you get out of the army, you know what I mean? I know because a lot of people come on. My brother and sister, they were in Desert Storm.
right,
And I don't really know. I didn't get a chance to ask my sister that. I know she probably suffered from PTSD,
right.
but was gym an option? Was exercising or was just medicate? This is
They
only
will
way to help you. You know what I mean?
they will say exercise. They'll like, but they never really. I've never been in a situation where it was encouraged. You know,
Hmm.
like, hey, you need to make it a point to 30 minutes in the gym a day, or do it was just maybe you should try going to the gym, or
Yeah.
but here's this medication too,
Right. Do both.
Yeah, but I think one time I got prescribed Zoloft, and I know you've seen the commercials about
Hmm.
Zoloft. I'm like, dude, wait, like people are suing y'all right now for this. Like, what?
And they still prescribing it.
They still prescribing it? Like, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna use the gym. The gym.
So crazy, crazy. Now, fitness myth. Give me a fitness myth or something that you've encountered along in the fitness journey and refute it. My thing is always, and I say this all the time about people, I don't eat after 7 o'clock. I think that's a crock of BS to me. That's just me. That's a fitness myth.
Right.
You shouldn't eat after 7 o'clock because I feel, and I think I've done enough research, that when you're eating whatever, your chicken, rice, and your steak, your body doesn't know it's 9 o'clock. Your body
Right.
does not know the time. We know time. Body knows movement. So that's a myth that I say that people fall for every time. And I think it hinders them more than it helps them.
I think
So what would be a fitness myth? And then why would you refute it?
um this is like a two-part thing. I fast a lot,
Hmm.
and I work out fasted a lot. Like
Hmm.
I train fasted most of my workouts in the morning. Um, so the idea that you can't really build muscle and because I 16/8. Sometimes I go 24 hours, 48
Me
hours.
too. I've been doing intermittent fasting. I do 16/8. And most times I train fasted these days.
And go crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And some of them are like my best workouts. And protein intake. I don't take
Okay.
a lot of protein. They always give you
So
this.
you said you don't take in a lot of protein.
No, not
And
like.
honestly, that is like the first bodybuilder who didn't put emphasis on protein that I've actually met.
Yeah,
You are the
I
first.
don't like. I take in maybe on average maybe 200, 200 between 225, 250. Now, when
Hmm.
I first got in the game, it was like, oh, you need to be taking 300-400 grams of
A
protein.
protein?
Yeah, and it was like, in my mind, I'm like, that don't even make sense because your body only gonna break down so much of it. And when I was doing all that protein, my stomach would be
I
tore
bet
up.
it was, and nuts.
So I always taper mine down around 200, 250, and I take in more carbs than anything. Like I might eat
Right. So,
five, six
okay,
hundred.
200. I've taken in 200 grams of protein, I think. And that put, I mean, 200 grams of protein, but that put me in ketosis.
Well,
I
see,
was
most
lean
guys
as I
my
don't know what,
size.
though.
When I talk about this with a lot of bodybuilders, like guys my size, they're like, man, how do you put on so much muscle in it? Like, dude, you don't need that much protein.
It's the carbs,
It's the
me.
carbs. The carbs is what's really going to get you there. Protein is going to help you recover and help you build that muscle.
Hmm.
But the actual, like, you need carbs to balance protein. Like,
I
you need
agree.
both.
Right.
Um, so I tell a lot of people always be like, man, there's no way, because I tell them I fast a lot. And it's like, man, there's no way you fast and you can be that size. And I'm like, dude, I fast every day. Like,
Yeah.
and that's just because now, as I'm getting older, I've developed like a good, like kind of like a GI issue. It was like
Hmm.
where if I eat too much, like my stomach, I just get bagged up. My stomach just don't work like
Okay.
it's supposed to. So I try to reset myself by fasting most of the time.
So, in your 8 hour block, how many calories are you taking in at 800?
Like I said, each meal probably like 1,500, 2,000 calories maybe.
And
I
you're ready to eat again, like in what, 2 hours to get in at least 3 meals in that 8 hours? You know what I mean?
So what I've learned how to do is like I have this carb supplement. It's called Demo Day. Um, it's like 50 grams. I mix with Gatorade. So that 50 grams mixed with the Gatorade, that's 100 grams of carbs right there.
Got it.
I drink that before my workout, during my workout, and sometimes after my workout.
Is that the same one, or you do three different drinks?
Three different ones. So that's me hydrating, that's me getting my carb intake, and I get 300 grams of carbs around my workout. You know,
Whoa.
and I've drank maybe half a gallon of fluids. You know,
Right.
so and I have another protein source that I use. It's called Humor Pro.
Hmm.
It doesn't have calories though. It's like all the BCAA, EAAs, aminos, and stuff like that. But each scoop is 25 grams of protein. So I'll mix 50 grams of protein with that. So by the time I've taken those three shakes around my workout, I got like 150 grams of protein.
Dang.
And so that way my meals don't have to be a lot of protein. That's why I say I can take
Got it. Because you're drinking a lot of your protein
drinking a
and
lot
your carbs.
in my car. Yeah.
Because I was wondering, like, how do you get that many calories in 8 hours? Because I'd be
I'm
struggling.
drinking
And
most
I
of
only do like 2,200 calories a day. And I'd be struggling to get them in at 8.
I drink them. I drink most of mine, and it's easier for me when I'm doing like my sauna and my heat therapy because
Hmm.
I'm thirsty. I want to drink while I'm in the
Right,
pool.
right, right.
I'm constantly drinking that during while I'm in there too. So I'll kind of like learn how to work that stuff in
Hmm.
around my workouts and make it
Yeah.
work for me. Um, it's hard sometimes because trying to keep up with it all the time, making sure
Hmm.
I got this. But that's how I get mine in. That way I'm not full. I hate
That
when
makes sense. I'm going to look that up because I think that's a great, because some days I be struggling like, come on, let's eat this food. Eat this food. You got to get it in.
powerlifting too is like I kind of like finesse my meals like that around powerlifting because
Hmm.
if you think about when you go in and you about to deadlift or you about to
Hmm.
squat and you got that belt on, like it's hard when you full, you know,
Very hard.
and that belt is not hitting. It's weird, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, you feel like when you squat down, you're going to throw up because all
yeah,
that
like and
abdominal
then that's
pressure.
doing the whole workout, So I kind of learned how to finesse my diet around powerlifting. And
Hmm.
powerlifting is kind of what made me transition into the way I take in my macros. But um it's that like I said, the diet part is just
But you found a way to do it. You
yeah, I
found a
see.
way.
But see, like during the times that I do eat, I'm always eating something that I probably shouldn't be.
What's
Like
your
I tell
favorite
people all the time,
junk food snack?
like I was in Jamaica and everybody was like, "Man, you carrots and celery and broccoli," and I'm like,
You
"Nah."
had no idea. I just ate a whole honey bun.
Exactly. Right. And I have this like weird sweet salt kick, so I eat a bag of Doritos with a Snicker bar, or a honey bun with some salty. Like I told you, like I feel like maybe 10 years from now, if I stop working out, I'll probably be like 300 pounds,
Oh yeah, it's gonna come on fast too.
real fast. Yeah.
It's gonna come on fast. How many hours are you working? Because you say you do all of that protein and around your workout. What is a standard workout time for you? I know it could be different times. I know because sometimes if I gotta work out, I'm in there for 2.5 hours.
I was about to
That's
say,
that's
I
a
was in
long for me.
I was in the
Two and
gym
a
for like 4 hours the other day.
No way. No,
So,
no.
like I said, me and my lady go to the gym together, and she does these classes. So while she's doing like this hit class that she does,
Hmm.
I'll do whatever one of them, like my upper body workout, or I'll do my
Okay.
ab workout, and then she'll come out. We always hit back together a lot. We
Okay.
back together, so we'll hit back, and then she'll go do another class, and then I'll hit legs, and she'll come out. We might do abs because she crazy on abs, like. And then like before you know it, we in the gym like 4 or 5 hours.
It's
Especially on the weekend, like Saturdays, we get in there like yes, I think Saturday we got in there like 8. By the time we got home, got settled, it was almost like 2 o'clock.
You are lying, and y'all was at the gym the entire time.
Most of that time, I think the only part we left, went and got food for the kids, and then went home. Yeah, it's on the weekend. It's
Yeah, you
crazy.
for real a gym rat. You're for real. 4 hours. No,
I feel
but
like we
I
have to
get it
do it
though.
though. We have like a lot of people think that oh man, we can get the bodies we have and the strength that we have just 30, 45 minute sessions and
No,
nah.
no. Now,
You
can some
have to
damage be done in that time? Absolutely. But to get that physique, you got to put in the work,
gotta
and
put in
put
the
in
work
work means time.
for
You
sure.
put in. Oh my gosh, who knew? And she works out like that too.
Like a lot of times she trained much longer than I do. Like me, a lot of times I'll leave and go get some food or something because she don't eat. I don't know how she do it. She don't eat for real. She might eat once a day. Um,
What?
yeah, she don't really eat that much. So and I have to like tell her all the time, hey, it's time to eat. Like you need to eat something, and she'll go get some sunflower seeds. And I'm like, dude, that's not food. Like, like you need to
Little protein, some
yeah,
fat, and some
yeah,
salt. She good. Yeah, but sometimes your body adjusts to whatever you put it through. So if she hasn't been eating and still can train, her body just used to that,
right.
and she can sustain it. Me on the other hand, no, that
Nah,
ain't happening.
yeah, I
I
pass
know.
out.
I know sunflower seeds, and I don't feel like I eat a lot, but I damn sure ain't eat no one meal a day with no sunflower seeds. That ain't getting it. But kudos to her. She looks very good, and you guys look great. I hope whatever you guys got going on happens because that'd be a great platform for people and
Right.
for couples. For couples. All right. I always like to end with this little game I like to play. I get one word, you give me a one word answer.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's see. Huntsville.
Rocket City.
CrossFit.
Hate it.
Donald Trump.
Funny.
I always say that. I love to hear people say this. This is one girl, I think one time she said orange. I was like, okay,
Dude is funny.
I'll take it. Cardio.
Mm, hate.
Burpees.
Definitely hate.
They're definitely on top. Let's go. Gonna do something non-gym. Um, Ferrari.
Favorite, actually.
Man cave.
My living room.
Man cave. Deliver. Children.
My loves.
Loves. And last one. Kamala Harris.
Win. Oh, she-
Well, awesome job.
Great choice.
All right. We are going to conclude this interview. Thank you so much. Now, I always end with the word of the day. I do my little word of the day segments because it's a little nuggets that people can take, grab a hold to. What would you say would be the word of the day and why? You got 20 seconds.
Consistency. Everything, you create habits. Once you create a good habit, nothing but good typically comes out of good habits. So just stay consistent.
Stay consistent. Y'all hear that? So y'all just don't get it from me all the time. Somebody else is saying, somebody else who does the work, who puts in the time, who does it all. Consistency. I keep telling y'all that consistency wins, not motivation, because motivation is fleeting, but
Right.
consistency will yield results.
Every
Period.
time.
It'll change your life every time. Thank you so much again, Ken, for coming on. Like I said, just a regular new blogger. And like I said, it's an honor to have you. Really, you could be doing 1,000 things, but to sit down and have this chat with me meant the world. So I want to say thank you.
Hey,
Love to
anytime.
have you on again later on in the future. That's when I got 1,000,000 subscribers.
Yeah, anytime.
You can come back. But thank you so much for coming on. I had a pleasure. I hope you guys out there learned a little something about the world of bodybuilding and from a man's perspective, not just always from mine. But I think it all boils down to is, like he said, is consistent. Want the body. You got to be consistent. You got to be consistent, not with just diet, but just training, sleeping, recovering. It all has to play a role if you want to change the body. Change your mind, change your life.
Facts.
Thanks for coming on. It was a pleasure. Any other words you want to say before we leave?
Say less.
Say less. You hear that? My son right here. Say less. Thanks so much, Ken. Have a
Okay.
great night,
You
and
too.
I'll be chatting with you soon. Thank you.
Man, thank you.
Good night.